Bigfoot Cooking.
Oh, hello there. The chef's not here. He's on holiday right now. But I believe I can send you to him. Let me think. Chef-a-con? No. Cookicus? Localilationus. Grab your parachute.
Oh, hey, what are you guys doing here? Did Benson send you? I tell you what. Well, since you're here, why don't we make some shrimp and grits? That's right, we're going to do Bigfoot cooking at the Hideaway. Let's get started. Now, to start this party, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the grits. Because up here in Helen, Georgia, that's where we're vacationing. In Helen, Georgia, they have Nora Mills Granary. This place has been around since 1876, if I remember right. They have been grinding corn and everything else. I tell you what, if you get a chance to come up here and check out the store, they've got trinkets, they've got cast iron, and of course, they got grits. And today, we are using their grits. Why theirs instead of commercial? Well, what they do, they actually grind the whole kernel. Instead of just, like commercially, they will remove the germ and the casing on the outside of it. With this, you're getting everything. So more nutrition, more flavor, more for you. So we have our grits right here. We're going to use a cup for this. Now, if you like a thicker grit, you could even go up to a cup and a third. But we have a cup of grits. We have 4 cups of broth. We're just using chicken broth with this right here. We are going to use Kerrygold butter. Why? Well, to me, the stuff tastes really great. Now, you could use regular butter. I'm not knocking any of it. But with this, the fat content's a little different, and it has a more buttery flavor, if you could say that. We've got a cup of cheese, about a 1/4 cup of bacon, and of course, we can't forget a pound of shrimp. Now, for this shrimp, we are using the 31 to 40 count, and what that means is it takes about 31 to 40 of these shrimp to make a pound. The higher the number, the smaller the shrimp. So if you want the shrimp on top, you get a bigger number. If you just want to mix it in with it, you get a smaller number. All of this together, let's get some cooking going. And we got our big pot ready. You want to make sure you got a big enough pot to handle all this goodness. We're going to take our broth. We're just going to nicely add it right on into the bottom. Splish splash, we was taking a bath. We'll go ahead and kick this on high right here. We're going to go ahead and take our broth and get it boiling, get it nice and hot. You don't need it necessarily like super, super hot, but you want it to have just a little bit of a boil going. That way it's as hot as it needs to be. Now, since you guys are joining me on my vacation, let me tell you about the Hideaway. This place is nestled in the middle of 20 acres on top of Yonah Mountain in the middle of nowhere. Not only is it in the middle of nowhere, but next to us is the Yonah Mountain property itself, which is hundreds of acres. So literally, I'm out here all by myself. Well, me and the family, but I'm out here all by myself, just enjoying the quiet and the beautiful touch of nature. We're not that far from town, actually. I can go to Helen, Georgia, and if you've ever heard of that, it's a little German town in the middle of nowhere. But they have Nora Mills, and that's where I got the grits from. Also, you're not that far from civilization. If you need to go to, say, Walmart or Ingles or anything like that, Cleveland's not too far away the other way. It's really a great vacation spot. And if you're curious, there's a link down below where you can take a look at the property and kind of make your own decision. I tell you what, once these things are simmering with the grits in here, I kind of give you a tour of the place just so you can see what's going on. Now you see I got a little steam. I'm close to being done. We'll give it a few more minutes and let the bubbles start. All right, we have some bubbles. We are beginning a boil. Now again, you don't have to have a full roaring boil. You just want it to where it's nice and bubbly. What we're gonna do, we're gonna grab our grits and a spoon, and we're gonna basically stir and pour at the same time. It's tricky, see if y'all can hang. There we go. This way you just don't have one big lump at the bottom. Nobody wants lumpy grits. That's the whole point of this. Now, While we're here, we're going to take us our whole stick of butter. That's right, we will spare none of it for later. If I need more, I'll get more. And into the pot. Bye-bye, butter. Oh, that's going to soak in and taste so nice. We'll just stir this up until the butter melts. All right, after sitting on low for a minute, you see we're starting to thicken up a little bit. Now we're going to add our cheese to it and our bacon. That's right, everything's better with bacon. So in goes a cup of cheese. In this case, it's kind of a cheddar Monterey Jack blend, but use whatever you like, you know. Well, maybe not Parmesan. I don't know how well Parmesan would melt with this. But we got our cheese in here. Get it mixed in nicely and melted. And the last, the bacon. Now, this was the pre-shredded stuff or the pre-chopped stuff. Now, if you wanted to make your own bacon, I'd probably take 5-6 strips, fry them up nice and crispy and chop them up to add in here. And then you could even use the bacon fat to cook the shrimp later. Oh, top-notch idea right there. All right, so now that everything's in here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna let it sit here. We've got the eye off. Since it's an electric stove, we went and turned the eye off, and we're just gonna let it sit here for about 10, maybe 20 minutes. Let everything kind of settle, get all sticky, ooey gooey, and then we're gonna fry up some shrimp. Stand by. What'd you think of the place? Looks pretty good, huh? Now, we've got our skillet here. I've got it on medium. We're gonna add a little olive oil. Yes, use olive oil. You can use conventional. You could use any type of oil you really wanted to, but to me, olive oil, I mean, you've already got the butter in here. You might as well make a good day and a good treat of it, right? It's shrimp and grits. Let's not go wrong. Now, we'll get our oil hotted up in here and then on with the shrimp. Oh, she's feeling nice and warm. Let's go ahead and, let's see, let's slide these here shrimp in. Whew, sounds just right. Look at there, they trying to not get in the pot. What y'all waiting on? This is shrimp and grits. Must have the shrimp. Make sure you move these around. Shrimp cook exceedingly fast. We got them all nice and spread out. A little salt, a little pepper, stir, stir. And of course, just a touch of Old Bay to, you know, seafood. Got to make seafood taste seafoody, right? Not too much. We don't want to take away from the shrimp and grits, but we do want the shrimp to taste good on our own. Now, the nice thing about shrimp, they're about the only food I can think of that come with their own thermometer to let you know they're done. Because as you see, if you look down in here, some are red, some are not. Well, when they're all red, they're done. That's right. They tell you to eat me. What other food does that? Okay, everybody has gotten hot and red, and like I say, you're waiting on the translucence to go away, and again, all the shrimp to be nice and red. Now let's scoop these guys out so they don't burn, because Lord knows I'd hate to lose the shrimp right here at the finish line. That would not be good. And then we're gonna work on some plating. All right, I think we've sat here long enough. Let's take a look at what we got. Ooh, look at that. Perfect texture. We'll go ahead and scoop us out some, put it right on the plate. Tell you what, bacon, cheese, grits, butter. This is eating like a king right here. But we ain't done. Oh no. Let me go ahead and add the shrimp to the top of it just to make it the je ne sais quoi, or whatever you call it. Let's see. We'll grab us up some shrimp right here, lay it across the top. You want to make sure you have shrimp in every bite, so don't skimp. Hence why we used a whole pound of shrimp in the process. Well, there we go. Heavy on the shrimp, and it's gonna be heavy on the belly, but man, we are gonna be tasting good. They hid the silverware from me, but I know they got it here. I had seen it before. So, let's see what we got. We got ourselves a A nice, happy little bite of grits right here. Oh, smells good. This is how Mama needs to make grits, I tell you what. So, I'm gonna finish this bowl up. I'm gonna meet y'all in the front yard. So now that you guys have hung out with me on my vacation, I want you to remember two things. I want you to remember, one, Bigfoot is real, and two, it's time for you to go. I gotta eat. Take care, guys. But Yona Mountain is right next door, and all that land encompasses us. We are beginning a boil. Now again, you don't need to get this full roiling, just a full